Hey everybody, it's Mike from Fish in the Mid-South. I've talked about YT Create in the past, and I want to show it around a little bit, just show it off a bit. So we click on YT Create. Now this is on my Android phone. It's available in the Google Play Store. I don't know if it's available on the Apple Store or not. I don't have an iPhone. And hopefully you can see my mouse moving around. This is actually a mouse connected to my phone. Normally I don't use this, but I've got a external monitor hooked up and a mouse hooked up in hopes that you can see the mouse on the screen so that I don't have to go back and re-edit all the little touches in there. So we're in YT Create. We'll just create a new project by clicking the plus down lower left or lower right hand corner. And so in your timeline here you get, or in your list here, you get this little icon tells you it's a vertical. This tells you it's a horizontal. If it has a time down here in the lower right hand corner of the clip, that tells you it's a video. Otherwise it is a photo. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on, this would be, let's pretend this is my intro bumper that I have. This will be my video, and then that will be my outro bumper. So we import those. If you do them in order like that, it puts them in order, but you can also reorder them here if you want to. So like here we've got 5 seconds of our intro bumper. We can turn around and click on this arrow here and change it to whatever size we want. Then we've got our video, and then again at the end we've got our outro bumper. There's a plus here if we wanted to add something else to it. Okay, so this is going to be just your basic run-of-the-mill video, intro, outro, and video itself. So there's a lot of functions in here. You get the ability to split. You have filters. Do all kinds of fun stuff here, and you can either apply to all or just to the one, and you can of course adjust the amount of that filter that it uses. So we'll do that to kind of make this mostly black and white. And there we go. We can split our video. We got our filter. We got our effects. I don't tend to use these, but have fun. And again, you can choose one, click done, or apply to all. Another important feature in this application, especially because you're going to be using your fingers most of the time on the screen. So let's say we did something we didn't mean to. Oops. Undo button. Works fabulous. So talk about effects. We got the adjustments, your brightness, contrast, all that kind of fun stuff. But this is also where your opacity hides. And again, you can apply to all or one or whatever. You get transitions. So you get all kinds of different transitions. And as you can see, this is a pretty feature-packed piece of editing software. It's not, desktop level, it's not DaVinci level by any stretch, but it's free. You don't have to worry about any problems with, watermarks and all that kind of fun stuff. Absolutely free. It's made by the people who make YouTube. It is a YouTube application. It's not some third party, all that kind of stuff. It is in beta, I think, right now, but whatever. So you get transitions. You can change the speed of your clips and volume. Audio cleanup is something I would suggest that you be very careful with. I ran it one time on a fairly, a few minute video. It took a long time, but that cleans up background audio if you need it. So if you are going to use that, plug in your phone and go do something else for a while. Okay, so we got audio cleanup, rotate. This is really nice. I recorded some of the videos with my strength test, and they were upside down, which really didn't matter but it just had something on the right side versus the left side. You can rotate it. Yay. And you can also do it in 90-degree increments. You can replace a clip if you want to. And let me do that. I don't want to do that. Now, well, there we go. I removed it. I didn't see a way out of that other than the option I had there. You can rearrange your clips, the order of them. You can delete a clip and you can duplicate a clip. Now, this is if you're you get your options based upon where you are down here in your quote timeline. Now, if you're up here in your scrubber, watch the menu at the bottom. It changes. So you get up here in your scrubber. Let's say that you have two videos, an A and a B roll. You can't, like in DaVinci and stuff, it has its own area on there and you can do that, but you can use overlays. What the overlay is going to do, let's go ahead and put another, let's do my fake fisherman. It's really good for AI, in my opinion. Now you can use your fingers and you can make that bigger and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to try, sort of. And put the position there. Okay, so anyway, so we've got that. So, but let's say I wanted to switch here. So I'd split. And as I would play through here, see, you got, let me go back. So I've got my gorilla, but now suddenly my entire gorilla video is overlaid by the happy fisherman. Well, but I only wanted a little bit there, so we'll split again. And in this case, we would click on this portion of it. We would go down to adjust. Go over here to the opacity. Set it to 0. So now, whereas before we would have switched right here, it switches later. But then you want to go back again to your gorilla video. So you go to this piece of your overlay. You go to adjust. Now you could also, in this particular case, like set your opacity back to 0. And now we have our gorilla. We switch to the AI man, then we switch back to the gorilla. Now, of course, what you could do is you could just click on this piece and delete it if you only wanted to do what I just did, right? So you wouldn't have to change the opacity back and forth. You just do that. But let's say you had an A and a B roll, and sometimes you wanted this part, and sometimes you wanted the top video, sometimes you wanted bottom, sometimes top, bottom. So you could do all that. Anyway, so there's all that. That's what overlay does for you. It's beautiful in that functionality. You can add text, whether it be plain text or text effects. Ooh, look, title, yay, done. So you do this. Ooh, cool. Okay, let's get rid of that because it's stupid. You can add stickers. Everybody needs to get a like and subscribe in there, don't they? So run through here and then, ooh, look, subscribe, everybody. Please subscribe to me. I don't want you not to subscribe to me. Cool, you did good. You subscribe, good boy. We'll remove that. You can add sound. So they have a library of sounds. Music. You can do a generated soundtrack, sound effects, or your own music. And get back there. You can do a voiceover, so you can record your own voice over your video. You can do captions. The canvas, I assume, is going to be if I so that's if I want to make my video or my picture smaller or my video smaller, then that gives me the background. So we'll undo that. So again, your menu changes whether you're in timeline or whether you're in the scrubber up top. So captions, canvas, and your aspect ratio. If you want to make it into a short, then you could choose a 9:16. But what you need to do before you do that is you need to select what it is you're working on, move it where you want, because your video is not always going to have it right in the center. And let's see. So we just select this and we So we move it over. Forget that we have the canvas in the background. Then when we go and switch the aspect ratio, then we're going to get a different portion of the video in there. So in case the horizontal part is not perfectly aligned, you can change the aspect ratio. So that is kind of YT Create in a nutshell. And of course, once you are finished with it, where's my button? I have to move this out of the way so you can see it up here. That is your export button. You can change the frames, you can change the resolution, and you click export. And if you have it linked to YouTube, what's really cool about this, and it depends on the aspect ratio and the length. So you can upload it to YouTube. If you have it as a 9:16 aspect ratio and it's less than 3 minutes, it will be uploaded as short. So right now, if you do nothing, if you just kill the application right now, it has still saved this video to your phone. So it's not lost. It's not like you have to convert it and immediately upload it. You can convert it, or export it, I should say, and then go back later and choose it out of your picker when you go into YouTube Studio.